Am I the asshole for not caring about my wife's affair? Throwaway account. My 29 male, wife 29 female, has been having an affair for 2 years, and I've been aware of it pretty much the whole time. We've been together 7 years and married for 5. We don't have kids. I have been working from home since COVID hit. For the last 3+ years, she has been a secretary in a large office building. Now, I'm not going to pretend like we had the perfect marriage 2 years ago and that I can't believe she would do this. I was totally complacent in my life and really wasn't putting much effort into our relationship at all. That doesn't excuse what she did, and she had her own issues with intimacy and communication that led us to where we were then. I just want it clear. I'm no saint in all this. I totally understand we're basically roommates that on rare occasions have sex. Well, I found out right away when the EA started. I've got all of our everything logged into every device we have, including my work computer. I mean synced emails, text, phone, social media, etc. So I was basically reading her affair regularly, including when it became a PA, about 4 weeks in. The part that told me that this was over was I felt nothing about this. I was totally indifferent, maybe a little embarrassed at worst. When the physical affair started 2 years ago, I recognized this marriage was dead, and that I should just divorce, mostly because I felt nothing. I started looking into lawyers and figured we could just do this easy and amicably. Well, here's where the crazy part happens. When the emotional affair started, she seemed, I wouldn't say happy, but less sad. Then the weekend after the physical affair started, I got the shock of my life. She came into my office that Saturday morning and asked me to take her on a hike and picnic. Initially, I thought this is the moment to burst her bubble and reveal what I know, but I didn't. I decided to actually get up and do this. I kind of thought she was going to reveal it herself and ask for a divorce. We had a real nice time. It was a great day, and she never brought anything up. I chalked it up as one more good memory before we end this thing. Then she asked me out again that week. Then we had intimacy. I don't know if it was shame or guilt or what, but she was basically taking the initiative to improve our marriage. After that first week, she began to open up more about her feelings. I, for some reason, had a fire lit under me and started to make some effort in our relationship. Started reconnecting with some old friends, got all the laundry off of the gym equipment. The affair continued, but as we spent more time together over these early weeks, and since it really gave me no concern and everything seemed better, I decided to just forget about it and just start enjoying my life. I do still love this woman very much. Up until 2 days ago, we were in a really solid place. We had outings every other weekend, date night Thursdays, regular intimacy and communication. I don't even read their messages anymore, just occasionally to see if it's still going on. 2 days ago, I noticed she was having frequent and long conversations with one of her close friends. I asked my wife about it, and it turns out this friend's husband got caught having an affair. My wife has been comforting her. This would not have been a big deal, but my wife then started bashing the husband for cheating. I don't know why I said it, but it came out. Quote, "You're one to judge." She got super defensive and pressing me why I said that. I initially tried to apologize and move on, but she wasn't letting up, and I eventually spilled I've known about her affair the whole time. She tried to play dumb, which annoyed me, so I started citing specifics. She then got really mad at me, started crying, accusing me of not caring about her. I got pissed and started yelling at her because I'm not the one having an affair. It got heated and we went to separate rooms and slept it off. Yesterday morning, she got up extra early and went to work before I got up. I tuned back into their messages and she had broken up with the affair partner. He was messaging her constantly on every app and she just kept blocking him. She came home early yesterday. I went to talk to her and she stopped me, looked at me and asked, "How could I let this go on?" I replied, "Because I just didn't care." She then called me a huge asshole and locked herself in our bedroom until she left for work in the morning. She got home tonight, said nothing to me, and locked herself in again. I can't even imagine in what bizarre world I could possibly be the asshole in this situation. Is there a perspective out there where I am? If so, please share it with me because in my mind, there isn't.
Yeah. No, there is a perspective where he is the asshole. Her perspective.
Yes.
The one who's cheating's perspective.
The only one in the world.
The only one in the world. But that's the only one that really is you're concerned about. So you got to flip this around and you got to try and see it from where she's coming from. Where she's coming from is that you knew I was cheating on you and you didn't love me enough to stand up for me or say anything or fight for me or do anything. You knew about it this whole time and you just let it happen. What the fuck?
Yeah. And honestly, she can feel whatever she feels, but You didn't love him enough to not have that affair.
Yeah. The only thing that you want to do if you are happy with your wife and stuff is you have to get her to recognize her shitty behavior isn't your fault. And
Yes.
you accepted it. So that's really the only thing you can do. But like, she is mad out of you over her own self-guilt. I love it's kind of funny that she broke up with her affair partner as soon as she was found out. Like she didn't actually care about the affair partner at all. So it's interesting.
Yeah, like you said, it's just to get a thrill. It's just a temporary thrill that like is never worth it. I would love to know the statistics of people who cheat and then go on to have a relationship with their affair partners. I would love to know the statistics of how long they last and if they last.
Yeah, it would have to, in my head, it would have to be very low for me because, like, I've said this before, but if someone is cheating on their partner with me, and then they want a relationship with me, I'm just going to think, well, you're going to cheat.
Yeah.
Or if you were the one who cheated and then you go into a relationship, you are going to pass that guilt along to your partner, always thinking about when they could be cheating on you.
Yes.
It's a vicious downward spiral from guilt and assumptions after that. So it never really works out because there is a broke of trust that happens, and that just creates anxiety for yourself every day, and it just makes people unbalanced.
What's that saying? You lose them how you got them. Is that a thing?
Yeah, sure.
You lose them how you got them, right?
Yeah.
Like if
you got them through cheating and stuff, like that will be the reason. Like either A, they will cheat again, B, they will think you are cheating, or C, you will think they are cheating, and you'll just never have
never have trust.
You'll never have peace.
Yes, peace is a good word. Top comment, not the asshole, but telling her you just didn't care put her in a funny place against her guilt she's been feeling and the attempt to rediscover your relationship. But most definitely not the asshole.
Yeah, like, you're kind of an asshole, I guess. Yeah, a little bit. Like, low key.
No.
You don't think at all? Not the asshole at all? I feel like there's a part where he is kind of the asshole because, like... all he did was know about the relationship, the affair, and he did nothing.
Okay, so he doesn't have to do anything.
And, you know, he like knew and then hit it, kind of.
Yeah,
stayed away from it. I don't know. Is that kind of like low key small asshole energy?
I will say no.
I don't know.
So someone replied to that top comment says the opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. That's deep.
Jeez.
That is deep. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where they go from here. Even if she like comes to her senses and she's like, well, I'm just projecting. This is obviously all my fault. Like, can you forgive me? I feel like they could still make it work. I feel like he doesn't care. Like,
yeah,
he's been liking how the relationship has been going the last 2 years.
Better.
Like, he got better. So I feel like this is one of the odd situations where like it could possibly still work.
Yeah. I don't know. I think so. I have no idea.
Let's see if there's any updates.
There is.
There is?
Yep.
You're right. Okay. I haven't read this update, but let's see. First off, I appreciate everyone's comments on the original post, except those of you that just get on and throw insults. You need therapy more than anyone on this whole sub. If you missed the original post, you can see it in my profile. I decided against showing the post or any comments. Instead, I used it to organize my thoughts and points. Our conversations I'm going to share below in no way were linear. We jumped around in topic, talking this, which led to that, only to come back to this, reveal that, and so on. So I'm going to just try and put it all together as coherently as possible. Like I said in a comment on my other post, my wife finally came out at around 12:30 a.m. Friday and joined me on the couch in my office. She curled in next to me and just cried for a solid 15 to 20 minutes, and we were just silent otherwise. When she was ready, we began talking until we were worn out. We picked that up again last night, which was also taxing. We finally finished up, for now, this morning. This includes long spells of crying, hysterical bonding, and a phone call to a affair partner while I listened. He was aware. The start of the affair was pretty cliche. Flirty, small talk, make her feel good, escalates, becomes messaging and sharing personal details, and eventually to kissing. Probably don't need to explain the rest of the escalation from there. We talked a lot about what got her to that point. She remembers it seemed like nothing she did could get my attention. I agreed with this completely. I also stated, though, that I don't remember too many attempts. She acknowledged that she wasn't very forthcoming in those days, always hinting at what she wanted and not just outright saying it. There wasn't any one moment, she said, that, quote, broke the camel's back, just a collection of times. When a fair partner came into the picture, the validation was intoxicating, especially in contrast to years of neglect. However, she said she felt a ton of guilt and shame. She was in the same spot I was when it started, assuming we would just divorce, as we were largely just roommates at that point. The hike and picnic were supposed to be the last bit of assurance that our marriage was over. She did not expect me to agree to go or for it to be such a pleasant time. From that point, we started reconnecting and she made the decision to make the effort as long as I kept making the effort. She opened up more and I was responding. That got us to where we've been the last 2 years. As to why she didn't end it with a fair partner once I was, quote, back, she admitted she was just being selfish, kept telling herself she would, but didn't actually want to. I was planning dates, listening, and back to initiating intimacy often. He doted on her and validating her. She got the best of everything. Eventually, she just convinced herself what I didn't know didn't hurt me. This makes her feel stupid now, knowing I knew the whole time. We talked about my surveillance, and she said she is having trouble getting over this and feels betrayed. I didn't give her any excuses. It came up because she did ask how I knew, and I told her she's been logged into our old desktop / my work computer on her email, Insta, Facebook, etc. for years, as well as it being connected to our cloud. I owned up to how wrong this was, but we both agreed that if we are going to make the reconciliation work, we're going to have to forgive each other for a lot of things. As many said and were right about, my, quote, I don't care statement was extremely triggering and hurtful. It took her right back to where we used to be. I took advice and organized my thoughts and told her that it wasn't that I didn't care. I care about her immensely, and changed for the better these last 2 years because I wanted to be there for her. I then explained I should have said, quote, it doesn't bother me. She's still trying to wrap her head around this. I'm trying to explain how I just basically don't feel jealousy or insecurity, which is hard to put into words. It also causes a mix of emotions on her end. I told her that having her be happy again made everything worth it for me. Also, the affair got me off my ass for the first time in years, so in a way I've kind of told myself it was a blessing these past years. Finally, to address the breakup with a fair partner. She said once it was out, she went into a doom spiral thinking everything in her life was a sham. She felt guilty over everything. She cut him loose and locked me out. She was basically beating herself up for being awful to both of us. Listening to her call with him was hard, even for me. From what she's told me in our conversations and the call, I'm pretty convinced he was/is in love with her. I think he was holding out hope we would get divorced at some point. She laid it out for him that we would not, and we're going to do everything to make this marriage work. He didn't beg or degrade himself, but seemed genuinely hurt. When the call ended, she re-blocked him and stated she was going no contact so he can heal and actually go find someone, and we can fix our issues. We are working out our plans to fix our marriage. Not totally sure where to go from here. She wants individual counseling for herself, so we will make that happen. After she has done that for a while, we will probably start marriage counseling. We are also going to symbolically fresh start, and I'm getting a new work computer. From there, it's being open and honest with each other every day and making sure we are being present in our lives. I love this woman very much, and I want to make this work. Now to address some of the other questions. Sorry for all the poly E&M people. We did not discuss this. She never called herself anything other than a cheater or unfaithful. I don't know the emotional bandwidth to bring this up right now, so if this is ever discussed, it'll be down the road. I've never been tested for autism or depression or anything really. I've always been stoic and was raised that men don't show emotion, only when appropriate. I seriously doubt I have any underlying undiagnosed mental health issues. I've never been much of a feelings person, but I'm good in a social sense and understand societal norms. Some people just don't feel as deeply as everyone seems to. Don't know if this is the update everyone wanted, but it's where we are at today. Might be somewhere totally different tomorrow. Right now, all I can do is take it one day at a time.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, I honestly thought they could work it through.
Yeah, sounds like they're going to. Yeah, it seemed like they were, especially like, like their marriage got better when she was cheating. Um,
Yeah, like maybe they can just, I don't know, have an open relationship maybe. Like he seems to be okay with it.
yeah, who knows? Maybe.
Top comment of this says, LOL, the audacity for her to feel betrayed while she was being dicked down by some other guy.
Yeah, there's still no. I mean, it's still
I guess
valid for her to,
it is.
especially when he says he didn't care.
He didn't care.
Like that's upsetting.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a bit of audacity, but there's also, I think, validness to being like, I've been having an affair and you don't give a fuck about me.
Yeah.
And you've been spying on me this entire time.
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
All right, back to me.